Today we're going to be talking with James Madison. Hello, Mr. Madison. How are you?
Good.
How's your day been going so far?
It's been great. How's yours been?
Great. But let's get back to the interview.
Okay, let's get started.
When did you decide to tell Congress about your idea of war on Britain?
I decided to tell my idea to Congress on June 1st. Actually, I have a copy of it right here.
Well, let's see it. So how many men did you decide to have in the House of Representatives that favored the war?
Well, if I remember right, there were 79 who favored it and 49 who did not.
That's interesting. What about the Senate?
The vote was close. 19 favored it and 13 did not.
Wow. Now who chose you to be on the Secretary of State?
Thomas Jefferson. He was one of my very close and very friendly acquaintances.
Well, that's it. That's all the time we have today. Thank you, James Madison. Today we're going to be talking with Isaac Brock. Hello, Isaac.
Hello, Mom.
How's your day today?
Good. Yours?
Mine was great, too.
That's good.
What was your job in the War of 1812?
My job was military commander.
What were your goals in the War of 1812?
My goals of 1812? Well, let me think. It was to win the war, of course.
Who was in the War of 1812?
In the War of 1812, it was America, Britain, and the French. America wanted to get back at the British because they were blocking their trades routes.
During which years did the fighting of the War of 1812 take place?
The War of 1812 started in 1812 and ended in 1815.
What was the first victory of the War of 1812 and who won it?
It was in Fort Michilimackinac by the British.
Who won the War of 1812?
Nobody. After 3 years of fighting, both sides agreed to stay in mutual peace, and neither side was declared winners.
Well, that's all the time we have right now. So I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for having me.
Today we're going to be talking with
Francis Scott Key.
many people know him as the man who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner.
Hello, how's your day going?
Great, but let's get to the interview. Not many people know you as the man who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner, but I also heard that you wrote it as a poem, not a song. Correct or no?
No, I didn't. It was originally a poem. But could I tell you a secret about it too?
Of course.
I originally wrote it for the British, but I decided not to write it for them, and I kept it here in the beautiful United States that has been fighting for freedom for these past years.
Well, I never knew that. Another interesting fact that I heard about that I don't think everyone knew is that there's an actual flag that was wrote for the Star-Spangled Banner. And it really flew in the 1812. A little quiz is how many stars and stripes were there on?
There were 15 stars and 15 stripes.
Correct, there were both 15 stars and both 15 stripes. On behind me,
The flag was actually flying when it set, twilight's last gleaming.
I heard that the words also bombs bursting in air was also wrote when the bombs were bursting in the air.
Yeah, I wrote it about the night we were bombed for 5 hours and watched it all. Most people were watching scared, but I watched amazed because these things were beautiful.
What do you think about all the bombing and fighting that has been happening to us because we won't pick a side?
I think it is stupid because we are trying to stay neutral between the two countries, but they think that we need to help them and they don't think that a country ourselves, that we should be two places at once and help both people.
Many people think we should start helping a side so we won't get bombed. And just help both people. What do you think we should do?
I think we should sign a peace treaty with someone. I don't think anyone cares. I really think everyone just wants the fighting and war to stop.
Well, we're running out of time, but thank you, Francis Scott Key. Today we're going to be talking with Indian Chief, Dehemahawk.
It's pronounced Tecumseh.
The Kimmy?
Tecumseh.
The Kimmy.
Tecumseh. Say it with me now. Tecumseh. Tecumseh. Tecumseh.
Well, this is going to be an interesting interview, so have you heard anything about the wars going on?
Well, since we've had many wars around us many times, I think 5 wars, it sucks. Because we don't know if we should join or just leave them alone because we aren't fighting.
Well, that's a hard one because we are in the same place, where you try to stay neutral between both parties, But then you come to a point where you have to choose a side. That decides your whole life, and it's a very scary.
Yeah, like you think something is so small, but it could have such an impact on your life. You side with one side and they all die or lose. And then the other side hates you and wants you dead, or vice versa.
I understand you. Now, are you the chief of your tribe? And what tribe?
I'm in the Shawnee tribe. We live in the state of Ohio near Sitco River. In my lifetime, I have been around many wars, Revolutionary, Northwest Indian War. I've seen them all, but none that I was the leader for.
So here we have a picture of one of your teepees that you and your fellow Indians live in.
Yes, these are one of our good teepees that we have.
The beautiful sunset in the background is just breathtaking. Well, that's all the time we have. So thank you, Mr. Tecumseh. Did I say it right that time?
Yes, you did, ma'am.
Okay, it was good to see you and hope you make the right choice.
Thank you. I hope to come back soon. Action.
Today we're going to be talking with Andrew Jackson. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
To start out this might be a little personal, but why do you hate the British so much?
Well, you see, when I was 13, I was a career in the American Revolution. During that war, my brother and I were both captured but I survived, unlike the rest of my family, who all died during the war due to the British. By the time I was 14, I was already an orphan.
How did you make it through those tough times?
To make it through these times, I worked as a country lawyer and became a Supreme Court judge in Tennessee. When I was 34, I was already a colonel in the Tennessee militia.
How was the War of 1812 been going for you?
So far, great. I have been promoted to the rank of Major General after a great win at the Battle of Red Stick.
That was nothing compared to the one that you had helped lead in New Orleans, though, right?
Not to brag, but with only 5,000 men, we defeated nearly 7,500. We killed and injured many thousands, including 3 of the British.
Thank you for your time, and once again, that was a war hero, Andrew Jackson, who helped at the big win of New Orleans.
Chicago.
Today we're going to be talking with Great Britain leader King George. How are you today, Mr. George?
I'm great, besides the fact of the ugly troll of a leader, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Well, you seem like a happy person.
Well, I'm kind of in war right now with the ugly French. They're attacking us with ships and stopping our trading.
Ah, shit. What else is going on over there?
There's some cray-cray people.
We heard that you were attacking our ships when we were trading with France. And taking our sailors captive and using them to work for you. Is that true?
Well, we are trying to stop your trading with the French. You should be on our side, and our side only.
Well, we were trying to stay neutral so you wouldn't lose anything. We were trying to help both sides and not take any side.
It just really gets my goat when you Americans are trading with other countries. You need to be loyal to us, and us only!
Well, you're the one putting up blockades on our trade route by New Orleans and the coastal line.
So maybe this interview should be over.
Maybe it should be. Now back to you, Jan!